Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. Welcome to subscribers and welcome to new people. So grateful for all of you. So this is going to be a reading for the collective. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Holy cow. Wow. So this is a Kali Oracle card. And this is a new card. If you've been tuning in lately, a lot of the cards that I've been pulling, the Oracle cards are new to me, which heralds a lot of new energy, changes. And get ready for this visual. Pow! Look at that. That has like a quality to it. Chamunda. Indeed. All right, let's see what the message is from Chamunda. Her unerring instinct for spiritual protection arises easy for me to say. Her unerring instinct for spiritual protection arises spontaneously, even when we do not realize we need it. Ooh. Sometimes we don't realize just how far we've become entangled in that which is not good for us. We do not realize we need Kali's powerful intervention. Knowing what to allow and what to fight for or against requires wisdom. Holding the space for an inner or outer conflict to be resolved involves discipline. Chamunda is the fearlessness, wisdom, patience, and discipline needed to conquer a difficult situation. She is with you now. Wow. Wow. So it feels like collective, if you're tuning into this reading, that you are more protected than you know, and an invitation to tune into your discernment as to when to allow something just to go and when to stand up, fight for something. Oh, that is an interesting challenge, an interesting invitation. We don't have to make it difficult. All right. So your Angelic Lightworker Oracle card for today, for this reading, is Manifestation, Blessings for Progress. All right. Not nearly as intimidating as the Kali card, for sure. The soul knows how to manifest money and all the resources you need for peace and progress on your life path. Archangel Uriel brings the guidance that your heartfelt desires are not separate from nor in competition with anyone or anything. The fulfillment of your heart supports the liberation of all beings. Let go of the belief that you must constantly fight for what you want and relax into your heart to enhance the naturally magnetic power in your life. There are many ideas for you to bring to fruition and many blessings that can flow through your loving heart for the greater good. Stand true in your purpose and expect your path to open up for you. Your increasingly fearless heart will attract increasingly radical abundance and grace. One step at a time, all things will flourish in the goodness of divine grace. Wow, I think this is a new card too. I don't recognize this because it's so amazing, the message, which sounds like a manifestation of blessings and abundance. So if you have, I'm sensing collective that if you're tuning in, that you're on a precipice energetically of manifesting something you want. And so the message of this reading is not to focus your energy on something, not to fight something. If there's something in your energy where you're like, I'm fighting against this person, this situation, there's an invitation to let that go and or figure out, is that something that I can let go of? Am I wasting my energy on fighting against something instead of just allowing it to take care of itself? Only you can know. And that you're really close to manifesting something in the 3D. Oftentimes, I'm guessing that if you're tuning in, you can feel it energetically before it even gets close to you. Maybe sometimes at least, generally. And feels like really wonderful things are about to pop in a good way. All right, your animal totem for this reading is beaver, productiveness. Go ahead and just do it. Now, what beaver is really telling me here is that we are in the 3D world. And so it takes action to manifest what you want, not just constant meditating in a room and not acting on anything. Is there some action that you can take today? Not I should do this, but some action that is your highest and greatest excitement. It might not even be around. You might not perceive that it has anything to do with what's getting ready to pop. But what would be your highest and greatest joy? And it doesn't have to be big, like I said. It could be just like, today I really want to go to the store, or I really want to run these errands so I feel better. All right, I'm just really excited about, I would like to call this person and reach out. Whatever that is, taking action helps manifestation when you are taking action in alignment to your highest and greatest good. All right, so far I am all in on this reading. This is very exciting. I'm very excited for you. Wow, these are some big cards coming up. So can't wait to get into, oh, hello. All right, let's take a look-see. So collective, this is a reading for a lot of you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate with you, just leave it behind. So let's start, shall we? So in the past, collective, you were in the energy of new beginnings. This is the Fool card. And I mean fool in the best way. This is stepping out. I'm really sensing that because she's pictured as a feminine creature, but you can identify masculine, feminine, non-binary. So this figure, it feels like they just closed a door on something, that no longer serves them. That's the easiest way to say it. The world is at their feet. They don't have to take much with them. They're very guided spiritually. Spiritually, it feels like in the past you started following your highest and greatest good, your greatest excitement. And it feels like you are trusting in creating, taking leaps of faith. So in the past, it looks like you had an opportunity on some financial abundance, some type of financial opportunity in the past. It's interesting because I feel like this financial opportunity that came in the past that you just followed by following your excitement, it came at a perfect time, it feels like, because it feels like at that time you might have been working through some shadow work, maybe even depressed or sad. And you worked through that sadness and also focused, shifted your energy on what did feel good, on what you were excited about. And it looks like that's benefiting you, obviously, from the overall energy of this reading. There's something that happened in the past, that depression maybe, or decompression, instead of, depression being something bad, that you went inside because you knew that's where your answers are. But there was something that was stagnant in your life, like a cycle that refused to end. It feels like instead of the never-ending story, it's like the never-ending cycle. And it just wasn't ending, and it feels like you were completely depleted. And it left you really drained. And okay, so not only did you have financial opportunity, but for some of you, there's new love that came in the past. It might be, for some of you, I'm feeling like new love stepped in recently in the past. And for some of you, it came in the form of self-love, creative opportunities, and loving maybe friendships if you weren't looking for love. Wow. This feels really powerful, even though we are talking about some aspects of your life in the past that were difficult. I get the sense that how you dealt with these difficulties, I'm just seeing a big thumbs up from the universe, like, way to go. It looks like you overcame a lot of fears, processed a lot of emotions, and overcame profound, like, core issues. I feel like if I were talking to you a year ago, you would be a very different person, like a whole different energy. That's how big this shift is. How impressive. Way to go, collective. All right, so in current energies, collective, you're in the energy of temptation. All right, some devil energy going on right now. Let's see what this is, what this temptation is. Something that's turning your head away from what it is that you're wanting, and therefore dividing your attention. Ooh. So some of you might be feeling, oh, like it's taking so long for these manifestations to arrive, that there might be some hopelessness. And that energy of hopelessness, like a lack of inner joy, there might be another time right now in present time where it's time for you to be the fool again and step out in that trust. And yet you might be holding back because you haven't seen the 3D. There's this quality of, I'll believe it when I see it right now. instead of I believe it so I can see it. Oh, you're so close. The energy is really close. Maybe that's why you're tuning into this reading, is to allow, if you choose to allow to this doubt to go. You are avoiding conflict, maybe protecting yourself from whatever this sadness and stagnation in the past. It feels like it's a little bit of a hangover in your space. I feel like you don't want to allow people in your space who are going to mess up your mojo. And so it's coming from a little fear base. It's one thing if you know, like this, I'm not resonating with this. I don't want to be around this person in this situation. It's another thing if you're so fearful of someone else messing up your energy, then that's a fear that others can mess up your energy easily. Does that make sense? So maybe looking at how others' behaviors, words, actions have such a large effect on your mood and on your energy. Maybe one thing that you're wanting to manifest is agency, seniority in your own space, sovereignty. These are, as I see them, mostly crown chakra energies. Maybe running some blue in that crown chakra, which is certainty. Just meditating at the energy of blue. What blue? It's pretty close to the color of the sky here, is certainty. Maybe a little more vibrant like the blue in this card. And just sitting at that energy of certainty. I'm certain of my manifestations coming in. I'm certain, imagining times, remembering times when you were certain, when you were confident. Because to imagine them, you have to embody that energy and then hold it there at that energy, releasing anything that's resistant to certainty. What else does the collective need to know about temptation right now? Ooh. There's some big change coming up. Big change. And the temptation might be to look at it negatively, to assume that because it's different, because of what it appears like, how it's showing up in your environment, it might appear that something is not going correctly. I'm getting that, oh, and that even has, excuse me, that even matches with the Chamunda energy of you are protected. Your manifestations are on their way, but there might be something that pops up that looks like something isn't working, but it feels like something very important has to clear before your manifestation can come. And if you jump to conclusions that this sudden change, chaos, if you frame it as a disaster, then you will experience it like a disaster. If you frame it as, oh, all right, I'm going to watch this. This was something is coming through and I'm aware of that. And I'm not going to be tempted to label it as something horrendous Otherwise, I will experience it as horrendous. I'm just going to watch and know that I'm divinely protected and that something else has to release so I can have all these blessings coming through. Because there are a lot of, like I said, precipice feels really close. All right, your higher self. Oh, interesting. Okay. Your higher self is in the energy of 5, financial and material changes. This is like 5 of Pentacles. Now, in the original tarot, the 5 of Pentacles has 2 people that look very injured out in the cold, separated from the warmth. In this card, it feels like how I'm reading it is you've got all these different timelines that you can choose right now. Oh, it feels like a window for what timeline do you want? So when something difficult happens, do you want to jump on this timeline that'll take you here and feel negatively? Do you want love? Are you manifesting a relationship, maybe even a marriage? Just whatever you're manifesting, getting very clear within yourself about what energy would attract that. Appreciating it like it's already happened. Pretending like during your day, like I'm going for a walk and I'm going to pretend like it's already happened. Somehow play acting and getting your space ready. So if it's someone, imagining how lovely it would be to have someone around you who's hugging you and supporting you during your day or sending you text messages. If it's financial, it does feel like finances are here quite a bit showing up in your reading. So if it is a financial endeavor or some kind of project that you're working on, then imagining all these people calling you up or contacting you, wanting your services, and how wonderful that would be and how grateful you are. It looks like your energy is still a little bit in old you, the stagnant, sad energy. It feels like you might have been isolated for so long that you feel like you have to do it all yourself. This feels like efforting and difficult, and I have to do it myself, and possibly an invitation to open up to how would it feel to have support around me? How would it feel like to have lots of people coming to my aid right when I need it? I don't even have to ask, the right people showing up. So synchronicities, how would that feel? And because there's some energy of I've had to do it all by myself, and a feeling of isolation and aloneness. It feels like you, wow, you've leveled up to truth. You've got a great head on your shoulders. That discernment that was coming out at the very beginning, Chamunda, the Kali card, was inviting you to discern between what really needs to be fought against, something or something, and what really is just letting the universe take care of. And you've got access to some truth and why you're just really clear. You have access to it. You also have some energies that you're clearing out. It feels like when you're in that certainty, you are wildly certain. It feels like lately you've been open to seeing the truth about how you've deceived yourself, how it feels like a real new way of seeing things that's broader, that doesn't make someone the bad guy and you the good guy, just an acceptance of how things are. That's wildly powerful. That feels like a large spiritual leap too, to non-judgment and forgiveness. You've been working on your self-respect and self-confidence. I feel like you've been shining a spotlight on your insecurities, and letting them go. Instead of trusting that things won't work out and putting your energy that way, so then you prove to yourself that they won't. It feels like you've shifted to, I'm going to put my energy on trusting the outcome, that it all works out for me. And if it hasn't worked out for me, it's not the end of the story yet. And so I'm just going to keep watching. It just feels much more like you're in the flow. So your challenge right now is Ace of Cups. Love begins. So your challenge is to allow new love coming in to your space right now. So what I'm getting is that there are love offerings coming in. And if you can open your heart and allow love to come in, it feels like blessings, it feels like love, it feels like emotional support. For some of you, it might be about actual love, like a new lover coming in. And for some of you, it is love of what you do, like a passion. And in that sense, it feels like loving yourself. Like I love doing this thing that I do that brings me so much joy. And by allowing the universe to flow abundance through you. Some of you also are on a precipice of allowing people to celebrate you. Can you allow people to celebrate you? People who want to celebrate you, can you receive celebration? Can you receive joy and harmony? There's a invitation to switch from survival mode in that base chakra to thriving. How would it feel like? How would you imagine it feels like to thrive and not have to be in a fearful survival mode? Yes, so some of you, quite a bit of you, are moving into the star phase. You've had hope, you're calm, you're purposeful, you've got fortune on your side, you're intuitive, you've been wildly vulnerable to yourself and others, and there's something about your energy that is just ready to pop in the best kind of popping ways. So, wow, I'm loving this reading. It feels wildly positive. Know that you can overcome anything, any obstacle. Don't maybe avoid being tempted to call something extraordinarily difficult, an obstacle, a difficulty. Then it becomes that instead of, ooh, something chaotic just happened. Let me see. Let me just observe this. Or decide, and for some of you, you will need to take action and use your discernment. And some of you, maybe it's just to allow whatever is coming up to move through your space. Allow it to move through and clear some beliefs that aren't serving you, so you can realize how worthy you are to receive love, to receive blessings. You're valuable, you're worthy, you're necessary, or you wouldn't be here. You're very necessary to the whole shebang. Can you allow blessings to come your way? Can you allow harmony? Can you step into being a star, being you, the you you've always wanted to be? So, all right. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for all your comments and likes, and welcome new subscribers, and welcome back my subscribers. Hope you have a great day. Bye.